So we're going to build up a model, and the model's going to have agents. Each of those, so it's going to be built up in two phases. In the first phase, we're going to start simple by associating each agent with a circle, and that circle will represent sort of their spatial extent, and those agents will be distributed over a space of size 500 by 500 initially, with their position randomly chosen uniformly within that space. It would be sort of uniform likely at different areas of the space, uniform density at different areas of the space. So they'll be distributed over this space. The initial population size for you to look at will be 20. Later we'll look at a population size of 500 by comparison. So we've got to scatter these people over this space. We will then associate those individuals with mobility. This is all still part of phase one. So specifically, those individuals who are scattered within the space, at all points they're going to be moving. At all times they're going to be in motion. How are they going to be in motion? Towards where are they going to be in motion? How fast are they going to go? They're going to go the default speed, so you don't have to worry about changing that. In terms of where they're going, they are, so at the initial time, they're going to appear at a random place, and then they're going to pick a point whose location is normally distributed around their current location. So the x coordinate will be perturbed by, that is changed by, adding it to a value drawn from a random or a normal distribution with mean 0, and average and standard deviation some sigma. You pick from a normal distribution how far you should go, left or right. The mean is 0, so you know it's symmetric. You could go either left or right with equal likelihood. And same thing with the y location. You're going to take your current y, you're going to say, I'm going to pick a target y that's off from my current y by adding a normally distributed value to it. Again, with mean 0 and standard deviation sigma. So you're going to look at your current coordinate, you're going to say, I'm going to pick a target coordinate that's just perturbed by adding to my x and to my y each separate draws from normal distributions, and then I'm going to head towards there. I'm going to start going towards that place. And ladies and gentlemen, when I arrive at that location, then I pick a new target in the same exact way and go off in that direction. Okay, so I'm kind of bouncing around in this space. But they're not actually interacting right now. They're just kind of going around. It's a random walk. So that's phase one. Phase two, we're going to have each agent go through a series of states. Start susceptible. If they are exposed to an infectious individual, they become infectious. And after time 100, on average, with the actual time infectious being exponentially distributed, in other words, a memoryless process, going between infection and recovery, on average time 100, they will go to recovered state. Now, how does the infection transmission occurs? If there's an infective, that infective 5 times on average, so interarrival time exponentially distributed, again, memoryless, 5 times on average per time unit, say per day, 5 times on average, they exhibit a contagion event. So maybe they sneeze or they cough or something like that. And if there's another agent that visually overlaps with that agent at that time of that contagion, that is, that agent has some overlap with them visually with their own circle. So 2 circles has any overlap, including precise at overlap, then that other agent will be infected. Okay. So if they come into contact, if this guy is infected and this other guy, you know, overlaps with him, when this guy has a sneeze, this guy will get infected. Okay, and this guy will then become infected as well, and etc. So, and then they'll keep on moving. And well, then after we built this up, we'll examine some questions, and we may change one thing. But ladies and gentlemen, I think we have enough. So what questions are there? What questions are there to be answered? This is a specification. It's actually a little bit more about it. But that has to do with the questions that are being asked from this. So I'd like you to create this model. Okay, so people are they're just looking at me. Okay, so either ask a question or dive into it. So ask a question, like if you can't start typing, ask me a question that will allow you to start typing. Okay, so what do we add first?